wide receiver, a little bit of a change here. And, look, I give up on Kayshon Boutte. Okay. He's on my 53 man. Do I think Patriots fans falling in love with the stat they put on the other day of LSU fastest LSU receiver to 100 catches, better than Justin Jefferson and Odell Beckham and all these guys. He's not that guy. I will say this as a disclaimer. Now, I don't know the medicals on him. I know there was an injury issue that affected his combine and things like that. Now, are the Patriots doctors saying, look, year one is going to be rough for him, but if you manage him the right way, he has a chance to get his explosiveness back in year two? I'm not going to discount that. That could happen. But the player that's out there right now, he doesn't have much explosion, at all, right now. So if you're expecting him to turn into Justin Jefferson, what we've seen so far in the practice field and the game film, that's a joke. He's not that player. Now, will I say that he is a lot like Chris Carter? All he does is catch touchdown passes, and he's a good possession receiver. I don't understand. Why do you have Juju doing that? And I'm just going to keep calling him Juju Sanu because that's what I see when I think it was Joe Murray made the comp when I was on the other day, and I think it's apt. He's just Juju Smith-Schuster is a smaller Mohamed Sanu. There's no juice in the slot. He's not going to get open. I'm sure he'll break a couple tackles, settle into a zone. Anybody can do that, including Boutte. But so I have Parker, Smith-Schuster, Bourne, Thornton, Douglas, and Boutte. And I have Malik Cunningham as a wide receiver getting cut back on the practice squad. But I give up on Boutte. He's on the team. He has had a really good couple weeks. But do I think he's going to be a difference maker? No. The player that we see right now, is he showing that potential? No. Do I leave the door open? Slightly. But if you're expecting Kayshon Boutte to be a dominating wide receiver and a difference maker this year for the Patriots, it ain't happening.
CLNS Media Network is powered by Fanduel Sportsbook. Visit fanduel.com/Boston and start earning bonus bets when you bet on a Super Bowl winner. You can get bonus bets every time they win in the regular season.
Boutte's not fast. He played faster, I thought, by a long shot in week 2 of the preseason than he did in week 1, where I think his brain was overwhelmed. I want to be in the right place at the right time. But it's still, I think you and I were kind of debating, it's still not fast. He just played faster, which is good. If he's thinking less, that's a good thing. I thought he did a nice, and again, it was a coverage screw up, but I thought he kind of throttled down a little bit on the slant that he took for a touchdown to kind of create a little bit more of a window. And then, whatever. Safety overran it. The middle of the field was wide open. I'm with you. I don't think that this is someone we're talking about who's going to heavily impact the season. But at this point, I didn't have him on my last one, but he was gaining. And now I'm talking to people about Cunningham. I just sort of flipped the roles. I think Boutte gets on the roster, Cunningham's off the roster, and you have a better chance of getting Cunningham to the practice squad. I thought Juju the first 4 or 5 days of camp. I'm all right, yeah, I see it. It's, he's going to catch 75 passes for them. It's how it's going to be. He's going to step into the Jacoby role, and he's going to win on crossers. And, like you said, he'll break some tackles. But since then, boy, it's been been quiet, and it makes me wonder. It's sort of going back to the reporting I did in the offseason on him. The knee. Is the knee ever going to be 100%? And is this what you're looking at now with the player? And, who knows? Sometimes they're managing themselves out there. Maybe the team's been managing them a little bit, but I need to see more because, it just hasn't looked great. Parker is what he is. The 50-50 guy. And I think I don't know who said it. Someone said it. Obviously, I said what I said about the receivers, and I've said KB has earned me back. He's at least the last 2.5 weeks. He looks like a better version of what he was 2 years ago, stronger, more physical, certainly playing with more confidence, a little more juice there. But someone was making the remark, Greg, about if you look at him from afar, you're like, well, they have all the right pieces, right? They got the big outside receiver, and they got slot, and Thornton is this field stretching guy. And then they said, when you get closer and closer and you start to look at it, you go, that, I think you were comparing it to clothes. They're like, it's like designer clothes, but then you get closer and you're like, oh, that button is loose and that zipper doesn't work. And that's sort of how it feels. They're just, to me, that it's a middling group. It's a group that most people around the league that you talk to, and I'm not talking about BD, I'm talking about actual football people, think is the bottom third group in the league. And nothing really has, unless Douglas gives you that juice and is out there on a regular basis, I don't know that you can really change the shell of what you are there.